Here we go, team. How we going? Welcome to Kaz and maybe Loren's Open Q&A, where you ask a question, we give you an answer. Surprise us with what you might come up with. Rose, just one piece. No means no, Jack. The dying words. Would you stay on the Titanic? Would you give someone a seat? If so, then who? Maybe the proud Australian, the first to arrive. Fugly. G'day, my friend. How you going there? With your session commander's rank and Diamond Bravo straight below. Drew HG, evening to you. And Ryanopoulos, hello. G'day, mate. Bailey's hat is on Ryanopoulos' bed, which makes it his home. Emma C, howdy. A Texas g'day. And front towards the enemy. That's an M18A1. To those that didn't know, 700 ball bearings, and you're going to need 4 legs to hold 700 balls up. Hyper scars. That's a bad scar. Bailey's hat. The amputeed arm. Nicole King. G'day, love. How you going, mate? Good to have you back. Veteran right there. JC, veteran below. Then blue line. How you going there, JC? Protecting us in our sleep. James Brown. No. He feels good. PK, my favourite chewing gum. Amy Brown. How you going? I'm hardly a sir. Meiji Benson. Wilfred Payne. G'day, mate. How you going? Carl. With more hands than a Greek steam bath. Giuliano, my favourite liquor when I'm going out. Black and white mechanical. Good to have you here, mate. South Sydney music. G'day, Kaz, how you going? I don't have a musical bone in my body, but I was hit with a guitar once, so maybe that counts. Cody, g'day, mate. Dusty roads. Always think country road take me home when I see your name. Been a while. Got a second stripe today. Well done, mate. Congratulations, Dusty Roads, for your promotion. And you make it here when you can. It should never be a chore. Like it is for Jack trying to get a piece of chicken off Rose before he diddy mouths to the bottom of the ocean. Glenn Jones, Dusty Roads, JC still on holidays. We've just started holidays here in New South Wales and I'll be heading off tomorrow. Joshua Jackson, g'day Kaz and team, g'day JJ. Rick Herrings, now that's a smelly fish. Dave D, Stand Fast, Brent O'Brien, Windscreen's O'Brien's brother. Liz Littlesons, sorry mate, me eyes have gone bung. Robbie Kent, the keeper of hounds, g'day everyone with the Napoleon hand, the one that's exposed, and Mr. P, it's almost time to go to bed, sir. Liam Haverty, how you going? Kingsley 1108, good to have you here. Emma C might finally get to do my career counselling session this week. That'd be an interesting one. We had a good session yesterday on the stream, talking about how you can ensure that your future is in some way secured by joining any number one of the branches of the military, so that you become an adult with boundaries, with maturity, and with the skill sets that are brought onto you by others that you call colleague, mate, friend, digger, etc. G'day team, how we going? It's Kaz from In the Trenches with Kaz. We've got some candid conversations with you tonight, and we're opening up the floor to anything that you want to talk about. If you take us down an avenue, it's your fault. That's what you want. If you want military, we can talk military. We can talk about an unsuccessful Tinder account. I don't care. We've also got a bag down here that Sebastian White has been waiting for me to get hold of. And we'll be opening that in a few minutes too, to show you something that you've been looking forward to. What's in the box? Said Brad Pitt. What movie was that in? 7. Guardian 2. Sorry, can't catch tonight's stream, mate. It's fine. Celebrating your parents' wedding anniversary. Well, now I'm a little bit confused there, Guardian 2-7. That should be the one night you're not with your parents. If they're celebrating, they should be making another Guardian 2-7, if you know what I'm talking about. Cheers to them. We've got the 5 wise men down below that are looking on. That's your collective conscience. That's the other shades of you looking back at you. Kane, g'day mate, how you going? Bounky, how you going mate? Dave D, yeah great, Mr. P and you. Samuel Mason, hi Kaz, mate, currently studying to finish my HSC so I can get into infantry, okay? It takes a successful mission, righto, to start a next mission. You do well at schooling, and what that'll do is create action that sells people that you're serious about what your calling is going to be. So make sure you do well, and don't let the young lass in the front row distract you from the mission at hand. Joshua Jackson, did you ever do your CFA course, Combat First Aid? I didn't do a Combat First Aid. I did a Combat Fitness Leaders course, but you don't really want the first aid courses if you're a commander, junior commander. If you have responsibility in the command role, you have other functions. Yep, that's at the private level. And preferably you're going to have an actual medic with you. Matt. Hi Kaz, love all your videos, making me very excited for when I end up joining. Take your time, do it right, and there's no reason why you can't make it unless you've got a surprise in your medical background life, or you do something stupid between now and that said time. Let's say a little bit of respect today that goes out to one of our subscribers who actually bust his back at School of Infantry, who's just found out the worst news, and that is not only may he be discharged from the military, but he's stuck in limbo as we speak, not sure what's going to happen. We had a great conversation today, and he can't necessarily go home either because of the restrictions that are happening in Victoria. The best place for someone with a long-term injury that can do the necessary schedule to heal is to go home, to get the mind, to be around the family, those that actually love you, care for you, care about you, and can take you away from your potential crushing news that the career that you thought was going to be your forever channel career may be dashed. But he's got an excellent attitude, the way he's facing that, probably better than what mine would be. And I wish him the best. And his priority now is to be in a uniform, not the 343 uniform, which has now eluded him. Very sad. If you have a drink in your hand, raise it, put a hand of colour in there to give, we'll call him Jay for now. That's his pseudonym, to give him some support so he knows that you're caring about him. Mike Ledger, Dave, Amy Brown, on my way to do some hardcore stuff. Not sure what that's about, Amy. Very interested. Let us know. Mr. P, Dave D, geez, eat healthy. You can do that later. Do that when you're older. Thanks for the motivation in your videos. Samuel Mason, no problems at all. JJ, get on that submarine, lad. Your ring will be sore tomorrow, Double D. What's he eating? Smashing a Carolina Reaper pizza at the moment. Carolina Reapers aren't a flavour. What they are is a test. They're a test of fortitude. They're a bet. They're a dare. They're not for flavour. What are you doing, Dave? I've suffered enough on that cross for you not to go down that lane. Did you lose a bet with Aaron? Matty Pettigrew. Hey, Kaz, my assessment day starts Friday with the psych test. Looking forward to it. Thank you for your guidance and knowledge. I'm going to the MWO in the Navy. Well done, mate. Go in there and go, look, I want to be enlisted to Special Air Service with a badge on there saying that I want to be a Navy swimmer as well as a clearance diver, and I want another patch on here to be a 2 commando while being a 1 commando on here. Make it happen. You won't get too much further in the interview, but geez, you'll make them laugh. Let us know how it goes, Matty. Noah, what are the main positives and negatives of becoming an officer? Negatives is you're not going to be running with the pack, mate. You know, there's a responsibility regardless of the age or regardless of the fact that you're as old as the people that you're in charge of a lot of the time that you want to run amok with but not allowed to, because familiarity breeds contempt, and you might find that they're containing more leadership than what you have. You know, you still got to be able to make hard decisions with personalities, with people you'd normally be best friends with. The other one is that you need to skip to the beat of the rope of the commander above you. You know, and even if you choose, this is the moment where don't take your guns to town, son. You do. That might be the end of your career if you see a moral high ground that you can't get beyond. You've got to make hard decisions. That's what it's all about. Yep. And you could probably sum it up by saying that the burden of command, that's the term, is a real thing. Yep. The sweet taste of McDonald's coffee, overpriced. A manager at Macca's, half my age, tried to tell me that the Big Mac is exactly the same size as what it was when it originally came out. I told him, that's fake news. That's the nicest way I could say you're full of shit, young mate. Hyperscars, Matty Pettigrew, will do, mate. Kentucky Fried Soldier. That's what happens when you go in the bear pit and get rolled in the sand when you're wet. You become Kentucky Fried. Kentucky Fried Soldier is a fantastic name. That is a keeper. Hello, Kaz and people. I'm 17, looking to go into intelligence. Eventually keen to get some insight from here. Okay, mate? The one bit of insight I'd probably say at the moment, Kentucky Fried Soldier, is I would recommend first that you go to an arms corps before you go to intelligence. The reason is for you to be able to extrapolate what information is needed by those on the ground, you need to know what it's like to be those on the ground. It used to be a requirement to do a year in a corps before you could become to intelligence corps. And if you're 17 or 18 and you say, I want to go into intelligence, they might say, come back when you're a little bit wiser, young grasshopper. You know, and that's not meant to be disrespectful. That means you need to know what you're looking at, what you're talking about. So when you see it on the ground, patterns of life, you're able to go, I know what that means. It's what you don't see. It's what you don't get told that you're able to put together through deduction, gut instinct, experience that gives you the, on the ground, the secret recipe, Kentucky Fried Soldier, so to speak. Amy Brow, wow, that sounds amazing, Kentucky. It'd be great. Be one of the corps I'd love to go to. I'd do it for free. Rad. Yo, Kaz and all, have you seen the news? About what? What's going on? Let us know. Hyperscars, hey Kaz, what are the best infantry battalions to go to? It's the 2nd Battalion, Royal Australian Regiment, followed by the 1st Battalion, followed by the 6th Battalion, followed by the 3rd Battalion. That's my pick. I just sent a Kaz message and didn't realise he was live. Winnie, the Pooh, 007. Which one are you? The orange teddy bear or the agent with the licence to kill? Have I missed much? What's the topic of the day? Rory K. Today is the open session between myself and maybe Loren. The Q&A on the topics that you choose. Loren at the moment is singing happy birthday to her 14-year-old. You know, 4 years off, one, being able to say he's an adult. 2 years off being able to get behind a steering wheel. 2 years before he can smoke legally. So, happy birthday to him in Tasmania. But at least in Tas, you got 2 heads to blow out the candles. We've got Georgie Cat. That's a good name. A question I have had about recent streams is, who are the 5 faces with the beards at the bottom of the screen? I would call them the wise men. I would say they are the collective conscience. That is you looking back at you. Consider that everything you do, everything you say, bears silent witness. And these are the people looking back at you saying, let's look at your question. So that I'm not just the only one answering. That is the collective faces of those that have lived. That is to give you a collective answer through the voice, which comes through me, through this microphone, which is black racist. Okay, does it freak you out? We get a lot of questions on the 5 faces down below. One question that no one's ever said is, how come there's not a female face there? I don't know. Maybe we can get rid of that and put one in there. JC, what do you got to say, sir? Is this your car, mate? Wait a second. Wait, what's he got? I don't get it. Sorry, man, I can't even see it properly. I was going to follow her. Sounds like a cracking night. BJ69 KFC. Right on. Yes, please. Finger licking good. Don't mind me snoring. Put a thumbs up if you're a chronic snorer here. Girls love it. They love a good snorer. Michael Stottmatic. Ashley, the best recommendation I have for you is just be yourself. Yep, that's it. If you're not being yourself, then it can become very hard to maintain the act. Okay, just found your channel. Do we have troops in the war zone? We've got people in Afghanistan, yeah. Should we have anyone overseas? Don't know. Probably not. If we can't go to Queensland, then why should we be able to go and help other people in foreign countries? That's what I say. Especially when they're saying it to soldiers. Yeah. I spoke to a fantastic guy today as well that worked for NRMA who got my car started again. You know, I paid too much for the battery. I get it. You know, but sometimes you've got to make sure you set yourself up for success, as Roxette would say. Okay, when you're going to put your little one in the car for a prolonged drive. JC's got all the thumbs up there. Hitchhiking there. And guess what? Ivan Milat's coming to pick you up right now, JC. Ty Mason. Now I'm thinking about, what's it called? The tiger, crying tiger, Thai food. Lachlan Day, Kaz, topic for you. Is your opinion who has been the greatest CDF since Cosgrove? Chief of the Defence Force. I haven't been a fan of many since Cosgrove. Maybe Senor Slater, I'd reckon. I'm a big fan of him. Big fan. Aussie SS is okay, but a Spetsnaz are the top. I wouldn't say that. My answer to that would be, Radim, that if you're in Tier 1 Special Forces in any country in the world, then you're probably pretty much the same as each other, you know, with a different accent. You make it to the top is the top. There's not somewhere beyond the top, which means it's not as much about your physicality, although that has to be there. It's the ability to not stop. It's the ability to fight through. It's the ability that you have a VC or Congressional Medal of Honor or equivalent just hanging in front of you that you don't do it for. It's no matter what the test is, you'll prevail or fail or fall trying to achieve that mission, understanding that those guys, it's never selfish. They don't put themselves first. Yep. I've been around Special Forces a lot of my career. As friends, as people from overseas, you know, and they all have something in common. Leadership, individual leadership. They're special people. They're special for a reason. They do hard things when no one's watching. Hey, Kaz, how are you? It's Mr. Barker, Hannibal Barker. Do you know much about combat engineers for my mate? Why do you ask questions for your mate? Put them on. If they can't make it, doesn't matter. If they want an answer, you put them on here themselves. Combat engineer, combat is a misnomer. They are not a seek out, find the fight corps. They are the facilitator of everything. They're the Tarzan super grip. They are the guys that do so much. They're the people that are basically the walking, talking Bunnings. They can do route clearance. They can do demio. They can do explosive entry. They can make walls. They can divert rivers. They can build dams. Never seen them build a dam. They did in Timor, I think, when they diverted a river. But anyway, fantastic role. They do a regimental sort of period, and then from there they branch into all their specialisations. Some of them are close to the spear point. Some of them are a long way from the spear point. All right. Hey, Reezy. G'day, mate. Reezy G. Thanks for all your videos and advice towards applying for the ADF. Long-time viewer, lurker. Got my assessment day on Thursday for AVC and infantry. Well done, mate. And this one goes out to you.
Not so cold. Not so cold.
I accept. Well done, mate. Well done. And we've also got Hannibal Barker, who's here for his mate.
I accept.
Green and blue cow inside the paddock. Thanks, guys. Tomorrow, the reason why I'm doing a back-to-back stream is because tomorrow morning I'm getting in the car, waiting for the initial blast of traffic, and then I'm heading up to Newcastle. I'm going to take my daughter up there, get some time in the sand, around the ocean. Hopefully she won't say, Dad, show me what it looks like to be chest deep in that winter water. And we're going to have some hot chips. We're going to eat some chips with her little buddy. We're going to have some milkshakes. We're going to run on the sand. We're going to get some photography done. It's going to be ace. You've got to take kids away so when they go back to school, they can say, I got out of town. I went somewhere. I did something. Create a memory. Guess what? Buckarooni's video came out today. He's on his trip with Roz. Straight away. Broke the cherry of the trip. One of his tyres of his drifter trailer, pop goes the weasel, blew the wheel, ruined the rim. You know, so what a great way to start. But they're having a great time at the moment, by all count of it. Matty, hi Kaz, just a quick question. I'm 24 and have done my U session and want to join the reserves. Okay, awesome. I'm also 3 years into my apprenticeship. Should I finish my first or join before finishing? I want to join reserves. Look, you can do both at the same time. You can. But I would wait that extra bit of time to finish your apprenticeship before you go to reserves. You don't want anything that sidetracks you, especially considering as the third and fourth year apprentice, that you're not going to be able to just say to the tradie, I'm going to go and take 4 weeks off, 6 weeks off, 8 weeks off, 10. Maybe you can, because he will get paid for you not being there too. And you'll get that delicious tax-free money. I would say to you, have a really good conversation with the tradie. You know him better than anyone, and he knows you better than anyone. And if you sit down and include him in the conversation, he might say, yeah, man, go and do it. Or, nah, can't spare you at the moment. So that's what I'd recommend. You have a conversation with him. Yep. But let us know what you come up with. JC says, do your apprenticeship first. If you're going for a regular army, I'd say that. Okay, but again, have the conversation with the tradie. Keep him there. He'll give you the good oil. Don't mind the pun. Baby Cuzzy, hey Kaz, so far this year, my grades met the 80th requirements. I'm so relieved. Yeah, dude, but keep them going. Exceed them. We're living in a cruel world these days where people look on academia like it's the be-all, end-all, when people like JC know, and Mr. P, that common sense, and Daz knows this too, common sense is the fibre, the secret recipe that we need you to be on top of. Big time. Stoddy. Medic. For Ashley. What I mean by the question is, if you have been married for so long, you should already know a lot about your husband, even when he will be going through some changes when he joins. He'll go through changes. Yeah, he will. But that's because he needs to be temporarily or married to the military as well as you. You know, it is a 24-hour-a-day immersion into a career, but you'll be there with him. Okay, take it very seriously. Ask him the questions. Feel free to ask him to ask me questions, whatever it may be. You know, you're a team, and we need you to be a team with him, and he's going to need you too. Liz, okay, so I have my assessment day on the 18th of November, just after Remembrance Day. Remember that. Do you know why I have to wait that long? Also, it's because there's 40,000 people trying to join at the moment, mate. Yep. Also, during the hardest period of where they have to do online rather than in the face. So it's all about flight pattern, nothing personal. Macintosh, awesome, thank you. I'm getting so goddamn spoiled by having Loren here answering the questions here. Can we get some thumbs up as well, team? Not in the chat, but on here so YouTube can look at this and say, okay, this guy exists. But if you don't like it, also put a thumbs down, because we have freedom of speech on this channel. You can say whatever you want, as long as it's not disrespectful to each other, just for the point of being disrespectful. This is adult chat. Cody, Matty, that's what I'm doing. Doing my apprenticeship, then going army. Bam. I was posted to Adelaide as my first posting. It was a great place to live. JC, you're better looking than me. Land of single mums. Is that where you met your lovely lady? Max Emery. Hey, Kaz. First time watching live. Might just kick back and enjoy. Cheers, mate. Much love. Max Emery. Thank you very much, mate. And it's great to have you here. Make sure you subscribe, team, if this is your first time here. And I'm going to explain something to you right now. The reason why I'm a stream-heavy channel as opposed to the actual delivery of certain topics, edited videos, etc., is so you get the context of the person that's talking to you. And it also means for you that it's an immersion where you actually hear the question answered by the YouTuber, by the person in this field that gives you the good oil on what you need to know. You're not going to get these answers back on any other channel pretty much. You come here for the community, you come here for the family, you come here for the respect where you can be anonymous while at the same time getting an answer to your question. Someone who's not judging you. It's like The Voice, who's just in your corner. And it helps me out too because I get good news continually. Jesse, evening team. Question, Kaz. After singling, do you get a preference to what barracks you get sent to? You do and you don't, Jesse. And I wish I had Jesse's girl if you've got one. Mate, this is the way it works. When you go to the School of Infantry, depending on what positions are available within the Royal Australian Regiment, depending on how you go within that group of 48 soldiers in your platoon, then that will determine whether you get close to or no pick. You'll get no pick if you're at the bottom of that 48. You'll get first pick if you're at the top. But even if you're at the top, there might not be a position to 1 RAR. There might not be a position to 6 RAR, to 7 RAR, to 5 RAR, to 2 RAR, to where you want to go. But you give yourself a fighting chance by doing as well as you can. And the best time to do the preparation, like Fletch, Felix the Cat, is to do that before you actually get there. Don't run in weighted vests. Go for runs with intensity. Don't run every day. Do something different every day. How many burpees can I do in 17 minutes? But make sure it's on grass because you'll pass out if you try that. How many push-ups can I do? How many dips can I do? How fast can I run 3Ks? So I know. That's where you get a diagnostic on your ability. So you have a yardstick to go. That's exactly what I can do. And then from there you beat yourself. The hardest competitor you'll ever go against. Kentucky Fried Soldier has subscribed. Thank you very much. It's great to have you here. It'd be nothing without the subscribers. And we have some fantastic loyal subscribers. Team, if we can, let's see if we can't get a member tonight, which is the join button beside the subscribe button. Great to have you here, and that's how your name turns green. If it turns blue, that's because you've been chosen to be a moderator, someone who moderates, and you could actually say the moderators are those 5 faces down the bottom of the screen, none of them being Loren, of course. Dave D's one of them, Mr. P. Okay, Fugly's down there, Stoddy's there, Dave's there. Braden, g'day mate, how you going? Albino Nick, great tan mate. Hey Kaz, tomorrow is my birthday. Albino, how old are you mate? Is it racist to be an albino now? You can't get whiter than that. Lachlan Day, Kaz, where do you think our next threat will come from? There's only one, and it's colour-coded red. Howdy Dave. Dave D, one of the longest term individuals of this channel and the previous one. Guys and gals, I had a look today at recording some episodes of XCOM 2. I did that in the very start of the last channel. I'd love nothing better than to have a couple of videos put out of XCOM where you actual subscribers are the names, are the actual characters that are getting waxed on the screen fighting the aliens, the Scourge, that has risen against us. So that could be coming too as just some novelty. If you don't watch, you don't watch it. But if you do, you do. There's a chance of getting on there and also getting in the blackboard graveyard when your character dies. So keep your eye out for that. Roman, fantastic name right there. Definitely worth a join, guys. Cheers, guys. Not bad yourself, Kaz. Braden, I'm good. Everything's going to be about my little one, and I don't mean little one. Over the next few days, it's given me daughter some memories. Getting cold, getting wet, watching some movies, eating chips, no shoes on. Ride a bike on the brake wall, have fun. Throw a chip at a bloody seagull, make it earn its feed. Tasmanian Devil. How is your 100 push-ups going, Kaz? What time are you at? I think my fitness is going to drop since I am about to go in Year 12 exams in the upcoming month, so it will be fun to fix that after exams. Guys and gals, when you're going to Year 12, your fitness should still be on the way up. Natural exuberance. That's when you have almost the most amount of testosterone flowing through your body, making you make stupid decisions as a youth. As for the 100 push-ups, for those that don't know, on the 1st of July, I think it was, I was starting to look like I could give a milk to a puppy, to a pig, to a kid, with some chest that looked like it could have been made for a bloody bra. And I decided to reverse that. And my daughter said, I want you to look like a man again, Dad. And I went, I'll do that starting tomorrow with 100 push-ups a day forever. And I've done it every day, except for 2, I think it was. So every day I get up, I do 100 push-ups, okay, and it feels good. My posture is improved. I feel better. The surge of blood through my system feels good. Loren is here. Boydie H, g'day mate. Mickland Kaz, I'm going for my assessment day tomorrow, trying for infantry. You do that, Mike. You do that. And when I get back and I stream on Friday, I want to hear how you went. I'll be stoked. Unless you decide that you want to go to Patreon, and then I'll see you on the bat phone. And we've been having a bunch of people get on the last couple of days. We just had a fantastic name. I don't even know where it comes from. It became number 233. Samaya Mozamde. I don't even know where it comes from. I butchered that name, but she or he got Roman. Hashtag 233. Fantastic. So if you need that, all you do is go to Patreon. The link is in the comments below. Bam. And then you get the one-on-one mentor session. Anywhere up to an hour, for the price of a coffee. Fantastic. Recommend it. But you'll have to kick me off the phone by the end of it, because I'm the one that ends up talking too much. Megan. Sorry, mate. I've asked you this 100 times. Is Wintour, is that a Kiwi name? It just sounds like it. Thanks, Dusty. My baby is 14 now. Probably not classed as a baby anymore then, lovely Loren. Let's give the voice of reason, the voice of calm, what we've actually called tonight, the open Q&A with Kaz and Loren. You can see the photo there. Rose, just one piece. No, I'll keep the chicken. And no means no, Jack. That's meant to be myself and Loren there. Where are we? Loren. Can we get some thumbs up down there if you want to hear the lovely voice of Loren? Get some thumbs up in the chat there. Some hands of colour. Too bad. Here she is. If she answers.
Good evening.
Hello. That was a bit quick.
Well, I was waiting here.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Sitting here looking at you.
do you like the picture dedicated to you there?
I love it.
Rose, just one piece of chicken?
Yeah, exactly. But I would just eat the skin and I'll have it all.
Would you? Okay. I've thought of this as a little bit of a fantasy. G'day, Nicole King. Nicole's here. Would you eat, if it came out at Kentucky, because you get the people that think they're holier than thou and they want the chicken without the skin, which means why don't you go to Red Rooster instead?
But Red Rooster has great skin too. I just love chicken skin.
It's Silence of the Lambs. Would if you could buy a skin apple, which is just Kentucky skin rolled around a nugget until it's as big as a cricket ball?
You should make one.
Imagine that. Just and just grease like a Serengeti smile. Just
Yum.
Yeah, well, the school holidays here.
Yeah, school holidays here today too.
Happy birthday to your young one.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What's his name? The one who turned
Lester.
14.
Yeah, Lester. He was named by his dad. He'll be
Happy
14.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lester. Square. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray. 14 birthday punches coming your way when you're sleeping.
Yeah, he's got big brothers. He's already had them.
There you go. Loren, I'd fight. Nicole says,
Yeah.
Loren, I'd fight you for the chicken
Yeah,
skin.
it's the best bit.
Yeah, but when you come from Western Sydney,
Yeah.
it's not like good-looking people that are eating it and going, oh, look, it really tastes great.
I don't eat it all
It's-
the time. I probably have KFC once a year on a really special occasion.
Well, here you see people driving past you with everyone in their family with it like up the sides of their face. Just looks
Oh,
like
really?
it just grease all over them.
No, I don't turn into a total barbarian when I eat it.
Nicole's little one turned 14 as well at the end of
There
July.
you go. Yeah, mine's the youngest of all 6 of my children, so I'm really feeling it. I really don't have any little kids left.
And you've got a section, okay,
Yeah.
with one out of the fight.
Yeah.
So we asked before, how many kids is it before you have a litter? Because you have the whole Brady bunch here.
I do. I reckon once you have that 4th child, it becomes a litter.
And here's an interesting question. We've got people here that are talking about fitness. Now, who knows more what it is like to come back from a fitness depleting ordeal than a woman that has had 6 children? What is your answer?
Oh, just get off your butt is really it. Every time, because when I was pregnant, I just ate whatever I wanted to because you get immensely hungry when you're pregnant. You really do. And so I allowed myself to get hungry. I did put on weight when I was pregnant, not just baby weight. And as soon as I had my baby, about 4 weeks after, I would start what I call a flab patrol. And that was just, it might have just been a walk around the block. But by 2 weeks, I was going further and further and the weight just dropped off, you know. And it's not even about the weight. It's like it takes such a toll on your body.
Yeah.
You know, you really got to look after yourself, otherwise it'll all just go south.
Yep. And we see that happen with soldiers sometimes when they go for 6 weeks holidays. And they call it pulling the fat cord because they've worked so hard during the year that they've already got a piece of chicken in one hand, mobile phone in the other hand. No, that'd be illegal.
Yep.
A beer, at least a ginger beer. And all they do is go 100%, 100 miles an hour, the fast lane on holidays. When they come back, you're going, what have you done to yourself?
If you borrow fun, you've got to pay it back.
You do.
Usually with credit. And, and I mean, especially when you have a baby, you know, it's like your abdominal muscles actually split and there's all this kind of stuff that you actually may have to do some serious physical work to get yourself back in good shape. Not even about how you look, although I always did feel better when I was slimmer. It's more about how you feel physically. And when you get older, like now I'm a nana, that's where the problems would have come in if I hadn't have looked after myself.
Yep, right on.
You know, so I'm in pretty good condition now.
Nicole Kingstone, she's got 2 kids. One's 24 in 2 days.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah, I think my old is, 28 in a couple of days, yeah.
Time goes quick, eh?
Yeah, it really does.
Jaden has, his partner has 8 other siblings.
Wow, that's a lot. Poor mum.
Yeah. Holy shit. You know, keep the
needed the
Viagra
TV.
out of that goddamn house.
Yeah, they needed a TV.
Josh Jack, no, that's not the case, mate. Dave D. He says, Dave D, I'm pretty sure the battalions are trying to go mechanised now. No, they're making it as difficult for themselves as they can. And at each location, one is going mechanised, the other is going motorised. So what do I mean by that? In 6 RAR, one of them's going mech, one's going motorised. In Townsville, I think 1 RAR is going motorised and 3 RAR is going mechanised, which is weird because 3 RAR used to tease 5-7 about being mechanised. I don't know why you wouldn't have Townsville or mech. You know, I suppose they're going for multiple capabilities. What should be happening is one regiment, 1 RAR, 1 mech, 1 motorised, 1 RAR, 1 mechanised, which is weird because 3 RAR used to tease 5-7 about being mechanised. I don't know why you wouldn't have Townsville or mech. You know, I suppose they're going for multiple capabilities. What should be happening is Royal Australian Regiment should all be one thing, and I believe it's light infantry. I reckon the Cav done a pretty good job before, but you know what? I've been out of the game for 4 years. There's new vehicles coming. The APCs will be going. Okay, so will the Bushmaster is not really a tactical vehicle at all. Protected mobility, that has some firepower. Okay, but there's a total overhaul happening with these vehicles. Going out for a nightly walk, you're pressured fugly into leaving the house.
Yeah, well, it's good for you.
With a little wife and the skin dog.
Yeah. A what?
With his skin dog. And the
What's
skin dog. That sounds disgusting.
Made of chicken skin? What are you...
I know.
What, have you got a hairless dog?
I don't know. Aaron has asked, where do you go after Singo? That depends on where you ask to go, the conversations you have during singleton. It depends on the positions that are vacant within the Royal Australian Regiment. It depends on how you go at the School of Infantry. All of those things depending, mate. Yep.
Yeah. Nicole King was saying she can't understand military families having litters, but I've got to tell you, I absolutely loved being a mum. It was my calling. Like, it was the most important job. I've achieved a lot of things in my life, but nothing compares to raising my litter of kids. I loved being a mum. For me, it wasn't an effort. Loved them all.
Yep. And Nicole's saying she doesn't understand military families having the litters or whatever. But there is also women in the army that basically don't do a day's service. They have a baby. They have maternity leave. They have a baby. They have maternity leave. You should, if you have a child as a female in the army, you should have to have a roso that you have to pay back to give back that year that you weren't there.
It's a lot, isn't it? A lot of time to miss.
But it's also a fantastic thing for the lady, which means that that also secures her role when she's potentially not thinking with a sound mind, when she feels, I've never felt more knackered, blah, blah, blah. Then that gets her back in the saddle and she's got a job waiting for her.
Yeah,
okay.
Nicole said she was serving when it would have done your head in. I actually was working. I used to own businesses at the time when I was raising kids. I was the boss. And, it didn't mean I took a lot of time off. In fact, with Lester, I worked right up and I was tattooing people. He used to kick them while I was tattooing them, so it was kind of fun.
That makes it fun. Okay, yeah. Megan's asked what's the difference between mechanised and motorised. Motorised, it's as simple as motorised is wheeled vehicles, mechanised is tracked vehicles. There's areas where tracked vehicles, i.e. APCs, can go where motorised can't, which is in restricted terrain. They're also normally, like your APCs, etc., really strong torque down low gears and their ability to fight through the ground. The problem is they're flat-bottomed, and that makes them in a really dangerous situation if they go over IEDs, etc., because of the flat bottom. Also, in mud, they can get suction on there, just like helicopters used to be able to if they go into non-hard surfaces. But it's no difference to the person in the back. We just sit in the back. Okay, well, Bushmasters, you're going to get bloody air conditioning. In Lavs, you're going to get car sick because of the wheels, that gentle bounce it has on the suspension. Horrible. But it's always better than walking. Got a sugar overload.
Oh, I must have drank too much Kool-Aid at the birthday party. I'm not making any sense.
Ricky Middleton, did you learn martial arts as an infantry soldier? You do learn combatives, mate, but not the right ones, I don't believe. Controlled aggression, I think it should be more about your boxing sort of thing, about taking a hit rather than just grappling, multiple syllable moves, etc. If we're not going to be in a position where we're grappling with people, our job is to close with weapon systems. You want to fight a soldier, it's not like a police officer. We're going to take you down and we'll use our helmet, and an orthodontist won't be able to fix the damage that we put on you. When in doubt, put on a bayonet. Non-lethal, put it through their thigh. That's non-lethal. Your martial arts, I've never seen a position where it would have ever helped at all under any circumstance, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, you learn like the unarmed combat and that.
We do, but the training continuum to that is not. It's been something that we've been trying to do for half a century. You know, and you always get your martial arts freaks that come in there, you know, like ironically, like Bruce Lee, who trained for a lifetime against a threat that wasn't coming his way, then got shot. But yeah, I don't know. You can do it. Controlled aggression is fantastic for that. You know, by all means, it's encouraged to do that. You know, but at the end of the day, sorry,
you know, as well, you've got to have interests outside of your work.
You do, and anything that's fitness orientated interest is fantastic. Yep,
for sure.
We haven't had a member yet tonight because I've got a surprise that's waiting for the first member to join.
Oh, really? We
need
a crack.
We need a Kraken so I can put the video up for the Kraken.
You're just waiting. Sitting there waiting.
Let's open what came in the mail today. Can we do that?
Yeah, all right. What'd you get?
You're going to see. Okay, Loren.
Yep.
She's not going to be as loud at the moment. Wait a sec, team.
I can talk loud.
We're looking into the black big, as they would say in New Zealand, JC. And this is, I'm a real dirtbag. This is from the company that we're going through, Print Lab at the moment. And these bags are actually designed, biodegradable. Put them in the bag that you put your food compost in, and it breaks down like that. So this is also a channel outside our plastic Coca-Cola bottles that looks after the environment. So what we're going to do, I don't need the knife. That was all about optics, really. But we ripped through this. What colour is this bag? If you say it's black, you're racist. It's double bagged. Oh, there it is. I wanted to put this on all day. You're about to see. One of these is for Sebastian White. This is a first time exclusive. I have never seen this myself. Never seen it. Blue is the colour because I wanted to test the colour for authenticity. 1 RER. Okay. What do we got? Well, it looks kind of delicious. We've got the logo for In the Trenches with Kaz, and that doesn't need to be on the shirts. We've got the Loren Design 343 flag on the side without the black barrier around it. So, gives you a bit of, still call Australia home look.
Not bad. Looks good.
And on the back, we've got Duty First 343. Just for something a little bit different. One of those is going out to Sebastian White, and I'll be wearing the other one. And this one looks like it's been put on a little bit better. Give me 2 seconds off the camera. I'm going to whack that on.
Yeah, go on. You should do it on camera.
Do-do-do-do-do. Magic Mike. No means no. Feels good. Feels good. Ladies, calm down.
I just have to fan myself a little bit.
Hey, Jessie Bird. How you going, mate? I wish I had Jessie's girl, but Jessie's a bird. Jessie, this one's going out to you, my friend. It's a Kraken! Feed him a mother-in-law. That should make him happy. Welcome, calamari. So that was made just for you, Jessie Bird. You're the first one to ever see it, invoke it.
That's so good.
This blue feels really, really comfortable. I really dig it.
It looks good. Makes your eyes very blue. Isn't it nice to see Mick Lay here again?
Yeah. Look, we've got so many people that keep coming back. When Mick Motors from Japan, he's been with us forever and was part of the old channel when we lost it. Yeah. Hey Mick, how you going, mate? Look, I'd love to send you a shirt in Japan so I know that there's an In the Trenches with Kaz shirt over there. Right. And I love Japan. Love it.
Yeah, great place.
We're going to have to find a way, Mick, to get you a shirt over there. For those that don't know, he's been with us forever.
Yeah, he has. He's an OG as well.
Yep, and he works with sports cars over in Japan. High performance cars. So he's got a pretty cool job. Chases the ladies that look like they're tired.
Oh, really?
Well, they're my favourite, so it's not an insult.
No.
But I don't think they like the Mzungu, the white man from Australia. I don't know.
Maybe it was just that particular lady. I'm sure they're all different.
Yeah, they liked me in Hawaii. Stoddy, yes, use the tentacles to gather some more members. There we go. Look, guys and gals, if you want to see it again, you've got to join in. Jesse Bird, it's great to have you here. Great to have you here.
Yeah, Frodo is asking what he missed with the shirts. Are they going to be for sale?
What we're doing is a reconnaissance at the moment because Loren and I were both very disappointed with the T-shirt companies, the merch companies. At like Teesprings in America is free delivery America-wide. So it costs nothing for the shirts pretty much. Australia is the opposite. It costs a fortune for the shirt even before you put a design on it. And for every design, it costs more to have the sleeve there. It costs more to have the front design. It costs more to have the rear design. And then on top of that is postage. So it can be crippling. SOS. How you going, mate?
Not so cold. Not so cold.
Green cow.
I accept!
Do you think the people that have come here for the first time are going, this guy's on crack?
What the heck? Well, they can get with the program. It makes sense if you've been here long enough.
Yeah, you come here to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Timmy Douse, a cow. Aaron 343, of course. Let me just hold this up again, the rear of it, because this one is Sebastian White's shirt. He won this for the meme of the month, and he got that on Patreon competing against Fugly.
Yeah, come on, let's be honest. Fugly's memes are pretty good.
They are. They're very clean. So duty first is the motto of infantry. 343 is our 343 is our ECN, and in the trenches with Kaz is who we are. Oh, great directions there, Kaz. And this shirt fits well. It doesn't feel like a Boston Strangler, It's a nice one.
Yeah, I hate t-shirts like that.
Yeah, I'll be wearing this one tomorrow as I go north to Alaska, or at least Newcastle, Novocastrian.
I forgot about your trip.
Yeah. Nutsu Cow says Darcy. Darcy is with us now as well on Patreon. Great to have you there. Down below is the link for that. Darcy, we're going to have a conversation soon if you feel like it. Yeah. And we've got Tom Shot Shaw. That's a cool name. Hey, Kaz, what's the main difference between going in, joining the ADF full-time or as a reserve? I've been considering joining for a while now, and I didn't know anyone better to ask than you. Well, that's fantastic, mate.
Mm-hmm.
What I'd say to you, Army Reserve is part-time Army. That's what it is. It is there for when the glass is totally broken, and we need to enact you guys really fast. Ricky, I'll be with you 2 seconds there, Mr. Middleton. And so basically when you go there, you're going to be as good as the staff you have in that unit. You may not have a full unit. You might have limited arts days, which is Army Reserve training salary days. You're not going to get the full immersion, but what it's going to give you is a side hustle, somewhere to go, somewhere to counter the professional role that you are compensating with. You might be an accountant, you might be a lawyer, you might be a police officer, you might be a fireman, and what you can do, or a tradie. And what you do is go and then also be Army Reserve, so that gives you a complete holistic life where you can be with weapons, you can be getting dirty, you can get the fitness, you can get the mateship that you don't get in your civilian role. Or you can go for the 24-hour immersion where there is no escape, a one-way valve, become one of Australia's warriors, the 1% of the 1%. What do I mean by that? 1% of the 1% makes up the population of Australia that actually steps forward and says, I'll wear an Australian uniform. And the 1% of those pretty much goes to infantry. Not 1%, probably about 20%. There. Okay, Ricky Middleton. Here's for a triple shot coffee. Hold the anxiety. Okay, mate. Green cow coming your way, Ricky.
Not so cold.
Ricky Martin.
Not so cold.
I accept!
Mr. P thought that I'd forgotten you, Ricky. He didn't hear me say that before. As you can see down there, word 6 times from Mr. P. He cares. All right.
He does. He keeps us honest.
He does. Ricky Middleton. He's got the spotted cow there. Haley Bates. How you going there, mate? Mr. P, how are you? What's going on, Haley? We haven't heard from you about, it seems like 6 or 8 months. What's going down?
Yeah, hi, Hayley. It's always nice to see you. Sorry, I'm choking on some tea. It went down the wrong pipe.
You can't choke on tea.
No, you know when you drink something and it goes down the wrong tube?
It's the drink of pacifists. Pacifists.
Conscientious observer drink.
Let's be lovers, not fighters. While I put a white feather in your bloody letterbox. Haley, what's going on? Normally when someone goes silent, it means that they've got someone who's holding their hand. Is this what's happening? You can let us know, just between you and I. Let us know. And the other 71 people.
Oh, she has. She said she's got a special man.
Hey!
That's great.
Yeah,
When do we get to meet him, Hayley?
yeah, whack him on.
Are we those friends you hide from your new partner?
Hey, I got in a taxi today to go down and pick up my car that had ran out of battery, so to speak, and it turned out he was Navy. Here's some revenge for yous. So I get in the car with this pusser, and he goes, "Oh, you're going to pay with a card?" And I went, "Yeah, mate." He goes, "Oh, let's make it just a flat $15 then," which is more than what it should cost to go to where I was going to. And then we get down there, and he goes, "There you go, mate. Do you need a receipt?" And I went, "No." Oh, look, he'd charged me $25, the son of a bitch. And that was after talking about military the whole way. Bloody scammers. He was greasing himself up, that bloody...
He might have seen the channel. He might be getting you back for all the Navy jokes.
Oh, that Elton John loving anchor boy.
Is the car okay now?
Yeah, it is. And the guy knew what to say too. He was a Trump supporter. He goes, "Mate, you know, you can't take risks when you got a kid in the car. You know, it's probably better get a new battery." And I went, "You know what to say to me? Okay, I'll get it. You must be getting commission."
Pulling on your parents' strings.
Cool Daz is here too. Daz sends me some of the best videos. I gave him some special news today about something that's going to happen around the 21st. Do you want to know?
Yeah.
As of the 21st of October, there's about a 95% chance, like Goon Squad today, I'll be introducing you to the dog that I'll have on that I'll have a puppy on the stream as well.
Oh, very exciting.
If anyone doesn't want that on there, I can smack it and lock it in a room downstairs.
No, you will not.
You know that. You know I wouldn't.
I know. Bad joke.
Yeah. I'll be the one that's excited, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it'd be great. My daughter wants to call it Achilles.
Oh, that's a great name.
And I didn't even give her that pressure. Achilles.
Good.
That
Great
hot
name.
that hot guy from that movie. Okay,
Well,
I
we
know
don't
it's Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
It's
well,
Troy.
She must have been quite pretty. Yeah.
Kaz, were you one of the sergeants to cruise around with the large caramel latte on base? No, Proto, that was not me. That was my offsider, Pato, and he used to have 7 sugars. You could smell his coffee coming from a mile away. But I will tell you, in Laverick Barracks, Townsville, that has speed humps, multiple of, and a roundabout, I set a record for carrying 11 coffees as the passenger in a car. 11 coffees when I was posted to CTC. It doesn't get harder than that.
That's a lot.
That's 3 tiers.
That's too much.
4, 3. Crazy. What was I thinking? But I did it. HB, I know, right? Has been enjoying life while special man by your side. Well done. I'll never know what it's like to have a boyfriend. I've been locked up and they put someone of colour in there. I think it was to see if we'd fight. But that never eventuated either. I got out of there fine. And I think it was because I was doing push-ups, dips in the jail cell. And when they came and said the next day, what was that about last night doing the exercises? And I said, mate, if I'm here for one night, I'm going to be top dog. And he just laughed at me and said, you're a dickhead. And he shook me hand and said, on your way, you idiot. And he was the same guy that had arrested me. And he had said, you say one more word and you're going in the clink. And I went, I think I said, that'll do.
It's not a word.
And then when we got me in the police car and they got me out of the lockhouse, the watch house, I said to them, this is where I get bashed, isn't it? And they went, what are you on, mate? I went, nothing. I go, you can do it. Go and get the yellow pages if you want to hit me with it. I understand. And they're going, you're a dickhead. And they just put me in the cell and said, sleep it off. No pillow, no blanket, refrigerated floor, no drink. The toilet water tasted like shit.
What?
I was just seeing if you're listening.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Haley met her guy at a coffee shop.
That's good. I think it's probably healthier to meet them in real life.
Look, I'm going to tell you something, dudes. If you're a guy out there, you need to meet girls where the pheromones are running. Don't do it on Tinder. Go and see them face to face when they're not with their cynical friends in a group that are going, F you, mate, we're not interested. Don't be afraid to walk over. No, I don't do the supermarket. That's a bit freaky.
Supermarket, bookshops, cafes, all that sort of stuff's good.
Funerals. Yeah.
No, that's not so good.
Maternity ward.
That's really not good.
What, honestly, is a pretty bloody hard crowd these days. What could a guy come over and say to you that he's not going to get instant bloody Armageddon thrown back at us?
How about a hi? Hello?
G'day, how you going? And then just stand there like a stroke victim. Is that enough? Is that enough?
Hi, how you going? I noticed you over there. Are you single?
I noticed you leaving your home this morning.
Yeah, no, that's
Could you walk over to her and go, I'd stay on the Titanic to give you somewhere, to give you safety?
So I could have all the chicken.
How much are you worth? If you promise not to ever nag me, I'll hold your hand right now.
See, I don't know. The dating game's changed since we were kids.
Yeah, it is. Hey,
So
Timmy Dowse has got an interesting question here. Hey, Kaz, what do you guys actually do in Tully? From what I have heard so far, it's a place to get rained on and become friends with a leech. That's leech as multiple, plural. Guys, what we do is we go out as a platoon. The enemy have been sent out before you. They are in fixed locations. We get told you are to go and clear this AO. You move on tracks. Sometimes you make your own. Sometimes you'll clear an avenue, which might be the yellow track. It might be the pink track. It might be the red track. And you can do this in real life too. You would mark the tracks that you want people to actually move on. You can't not be on a track in the jungle despite the fact they say you don't move on tracks. Okay, then let's tell the enemy, here we come! Here we come! You can't do that. So what you do, you can potentially have a ghost wire if the enemy have been using booby traps, tripwires, etc. But otherwise you have a fire team up the front, which might be in front of a platoon, might be in front of a company, depending on how big the enemy force we're anticipating running into. And what we'll do is the officers will look at that AO, area of operations, TAORs, tactical area of responsibility within those, and they will go and clear NAIs, named areas of interest, that are on either bits of high ground, junctions, things that can be used as RV points, possible enemy locations, and we'll go and investigate those, and we'll go into tactical formations before we get to those, and we'll go and clear all those environments or dominate that area with patrols that go out into certain areas, conducting OPs, conducting ambushes, etc., being very aggressive in that location to deny the enemy freedom of movement and access to that location. So there is a lot of room for tactical decision processes to be made from section commanders to platoon commanders, and you're all being tested by DS, directing staff on the ground. So you'll go out there, if you're doing the advanced course, not the beginner's course, or the introduction to the jungle course, which also is bloody hard, you'll go out there for 8 days straight. And what'll occur is you'll go out there on a set mission. And in 8 days, you can see a human being devolve into basically a cave-dwelling freak. Cuts all over them. You know, if you wear gloves, your hands will fall off your arms. Don't ever wear gloves in the jungle, because what that means is the water is continually on your skin, and you will, geez, you look older than Hillary Clinton's neck skin, you know? And then when you get the slightest cut or piece of weight of wire that goes across your hand, it will cut you open and you won't even realise it. The whole time you've got leeches trying to get on the inside of your eye, that one, the brown one, and the front one. Your legs will look like they've got Bulgarian wife's hair on them because of the amount of leeches that are hanging off your legs. That's Freddie. Hey, sorry, mate. Haley Bates. Yeah, so we'll go out there, and then at the end of that, we will get told how we performed in that environment. So when you go there as the 2nd Battalion, 3rd Battalion, 1 RAR, 6 RAR, 5 RAR, 7 RAR, 8, 9, you're also wearing the reputation of your rifle company, your officer commanding of your company and your battalion. Yep. So you go there to make reputations. You go there to test. You go there to be tested. Yep.
Yeah, I'm with Nicole King. I hate ticks. I hate them.
Nicole King, you're right on, man. You know, ticks. I can handle a leech on my face. Don't give a shit. You know, I can handle a mosquito on me. Asholius.
Pinch and roll. Yep.
Pinch and roll. That's what we call guys when they play with their own Kentucky Fried Chicken. Guys, that is a skill that you need to learn. One, how to shit through a propeller. And what I mean by that is your arms do a figure 8 past each other, and you need to be able to lay a crap, even a runny one, between the blades because those mosquitoes will treat your ass like a fine wine. You know, but when you get bitten on the inverted cabbage that hangs below your baby making stick, you can be itchy for hours. So basically, that's the most prized location a mosquito can get. And when you get that, you need to be able to rub that skin back and forth while still having your weapon, you know, patrolling with that in the other hand, and just walk along with that. Oh, yeah. Look on your face. It's terrible.
Haley's off.
Okay. Haley, see you later, mate, and well done. Well done on throwing the cast net over and catching a guy in Canberra.
Yeah, good on you, love. Yeah, yep. I hope as long as he's good to you, we're happy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Be good to yourself.
Good to him too. Yeah.
And be good to him too. Tell him he's a good catch if he is.
Yep. Simon has a request.
Yeah.
Miss Loren, can we spare a thought tonight for my Uncle Kev? He passed away early Thursday evening after a short fight with motor neuron disease. I can't go to Perth for the funeral. He was a great guy. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Simon.
That is it is sad. How old was he, Simon, if you don't mind me asking? Let us know, mate. And I'm sorry for your loss, mate. Because uncles are normally really good mentors as well.
Yeah.
Your father's brother, your mum's brother, someone that cares about you.
68. That's quite young.
How do you practice battle ropes at home? Well, you can't if you've got no ropes. Look, you don't have to have stuff at home. Get outside, go somewhere where you're around other people and train. That's what I recommend to people.
Yep.
Timmy Dowse, one of my uncles got bitten on the sack by a green ant, okay, that had taken residence in his cricket box.
They hurt. That hurt.
He could not run for the whole day. Timmy, you need to tell him to harden up. That'd stop me for about 30 seconds. And I'd go, thanks for the attention, and I'd get on with my day. But then again, I've got a duty first shirt on, so what would you expect?
Exactly. Ginger Beer Man just found out he's posting to Darwin at the end of November, and he's keen as.
You're going to be swapping that ginger beer out with a real beer, mate, because I tell you, up there, as long as you're drinking, you're going to be in a singlet, pair of shorts, pair of thongs, and that's overdressed. You can go troppo up there.
True.
You're going to be competing with Americans, you know, in the wet season and the Crocs, you know, for the only girl in the city. Yeah. You better hope she goes out that night. Okay, Simon Powell was saying that his uncle was 68. All the best, mate, to Uncle Kev.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
mate, hopefully he had a great life before he got to that time.
Yeah.
And 68 gives you enough time to live a life, yeah?
Yeah, and he was blessed to have an awesome nephew.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm.
That was well said.
It's true, because Simon's a great guy. He's got a giant heart.
He has got a big heart because
Mm-hmm.
he ate far lap.
Come on. Farlap would taste gross.
Okay, Proto says, Aaron, possibly pick a job like MPs where you can work overseas more frequently. Yeah and no. Yeah and no. You want to be around people too. You know, you can sell your soul within the army and go to something that gets you ranked quickly, or gets you a role that gets you overseas, movements, for example, but doesn't necessarily mean you'll enjoy your career more than what you will by being around a band of brothers that chilling out with each other, love their role, training. Today the Navy guy said to me, what do you infantry guys actually do? He goes, I saw yous on the Tobruk. The Tobruk's on the bottom of the ocean now. I sucked up and ate many a fart on that when you got 30 guys sleeping on the same deck all. But I said to him, mate, it's quite simple. When you explain to someone what your role for infantry is to seek out and close the enemy, to kill or catch him, season hold ground, repel attack by day or night, regardless of the terrain. It is to prepare for the day when politicians drop the ball and cannot find common ground with another country and sheepdog end up fighting sheepdog. Your job is to just get big arms, woo the ladies, and stay in the saddle as long as you can, and then stick by each other if someone falls.
Mm.
We have an amazing time.
Sorry to interrupt you. They're talking about scorpion stings, and I actually almost wish JP was here. He has a great story about one day he was being cheeky riding up a picket, and he actually sat on a scorpion and had to keep his noise down while he was trying to laugh because he was being so cheeky. So it's kind of a great story, but scorpions are a thing too. All the bugs, when you're out there, right? All the bugs, you're at the whim of nature when you're out in the bush. We
are the KFC bucket, and everyone wants a piece.
Exactly.
Let's put that together then, and everyone wants a piece. I get it.
It was clever.
What was I going to say? We had, you're going to laugh at this one. When you were in East Timor, they were everywhere, scorpions. You didn't see them until they were on someone. And my boss said to me one day, he goes, so Kaz, I heard what your statement was about scorpions. And I go, yeah, boss, okay. And he goes, tell me about it. I went, righto. If you get a scorpion on you, that's because you're a fuckwit. That's nature's way of coming and letting you know that you're a fuckwit. And he goes, so what if I get one on me? I go, it'd mean you're a fuckwit, boss.
Aww.
And he goes, you go, just because you're an officer doesn't mean you can't be a dickhead.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't mind the cussing. And do you know what happened? The next shift, he came over and came on to picket with me. You don't want your boss on picket with you.
No.
And guess what happened? He had a scorpion on him. And I said to him, I go, hey, boss, guess what? And he goes, what? I go, as much as I'd love to see this pan out, you're about to be a fuckwit.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and goes, I beg your pardon. I was a section commander at the time. And I went, you've got a scorpion just about to get to your neck. And he goes, get it off! Get it off! Oh. There was no sword rattling, bloody, follow me, man. It was, get it off. Spirit fingers at the same time that he had the international distress symbol going. Flicked it off. No dramas. Saved your reputation. Lucky boss, you were nearly a fuckwit. And he laughed at that. But I'm not, am I? He said. I go, yeah, well, I saved you from that. And no, I never got bitten by one. Some of my mates got bitten like twice and 3 times. Lumpy lay. When we were in Bellows Beach in America, over in Hawaii, they had these centipedes that were as big and thick as a black man's baby maker, but with 100 legs on it. They were a scary looking critter, and there was only one person that vocally could not get past these bloody centipedes, and it was Lumpy. And Lumpy's they freak me out. I can't sleep. I know they're out there.
Lumpy's like the best guy.
He's a lovely guy. But guess what happened?
What?
One of the things we do in the army is we do a 2-foot landing. Not Dave. He'll crack his foot off. He'll cut it off. just low altitude jumping.
You won't let that stop him, though.
Yeah, but this centipede done 100-foot landing, out of everyone in the company. It came down and landed directly on Lumpy. Just jumped on him. And you heard it like splat as it landed on him. And it's not. And you go, it is.
Oh, no.
And I reckon he got PTSD from that bloody bug landing on him.
Michael starts talking about the fuck you lizards, the geckos in Timor that's called out like that.
You hear them, fuck you,
Yeah.
fuck you. Everywhere you go, you're going, I feel like I'm getting a hint here.
Yeah, I've heard about these geckos from everyone. It must have made a real impression. I've heard blokes say they felt like they were being mocked by these geckos.
Here's an interesting question from the alpha elephant. That's a bull elephant right there. How did you cope with leaving your friends and family on your first deployment? You know what? It's maturity.
Yeah, it's just what you do.
You don't miss
family coping. Yeah, it's just you do what you've got to do.
It's harder for your family than what it is for you. If you don't have children, you're going to be fine. Because this is a really, really excellent question from Alpha Elegant.
It is.
Elephant. What I'm going to tell you is gold. You can take this one to the bank. Your job is to tell someone before you go overseas, your lass, okay, that when I come back from overseas, all I want you to do while I'm over there is send me mail. Loren knows all about this. She sent lots of mail. You send mail. You send me a goodies, but don't be a bitch. Don't send me Anzac biscuits because they come in the ration pack and that'd be teasing me.
Yeah, exactly. Send things like salamis and lollies.
Yeah, and a letter. Just send a letter.
Letters, even just little notes, just the act of getting an envelope and opening it with nothing else written in there than I love you and I was thinking about you today with a lipstick kiss is more than enough.
Do your duty as a wife.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what her job is to do, or a girlfriend. That's what their job is to do.
Should probably talk about budgeting and money
you
before
leave. And that's what I was going to get to.
Yeah.
And you tell them, because the army will tell them, don't leave more than what your bank account is to your wife. Don't let her have access to any of the money that is extra that you're going to get paid for allowances, because sure enough, some of them are not very, just like yourself, and not very good at saving, and they'll get used to it. And all of a sudden, you can come home to no money, and that will result in a breakup.
Got to remember, while you're gone, even if they're not playing up or something, they're trying to fill an emotional hole, and they can accidentally do that by shopping too much or spending too much on the house or on things that they shouldn't. So I think if you have the hard budget talk before you leave, it's a really good idea.
Yeah, you've got to have a conversation and say, when I get back from overseas, if you get back, because not everyone comes back, then you have to have the serious question that what's going to occur when we come back is we're going to go on a trip together. We're going to do something, or we're going to buy a house. You let them know, hold on, have some discipline, and when we come back at 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, when I come back, then we're going to do something to acknowledge what your sacrifice was away. Because it's easier for the person overseas a lot of the time. We might be in danger, but we're surrounded by 30 people.
Exactly. And that's a great idea. If you talk about what you're going to do with the money when you get back, or what you have future plans that you're both heading towards, then you're more likely to meet those goals if you do it as a team.
We actually had it. What happened was when I was in Tuarea, the families got so used to the operational tempo that the women showed their worst side, and they got so used to the men going overseas that it was like they didn't care if we died. It got to the stage where the CEO had all the families sitting in the family night, and all the women would ask for is, when does the money start? If he gets killed, how long before the money comes in? And the boss had to say, I will not answer another question to you ladies about money. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you that if something happens, that we will be here. He goes, you should be more caring about your partner's life than what you should be about his wallet. And that rubbed some the wrong way, but I believe that more than half of the ladies would have been looking at the other ladies going, what are you talking about money for?
Meetings, yeah, exactly. And I was very frustrated. I wanted to hear things like, knowing that you were going to get fresh food, knowing that you were going to have showers, knowing that they were
The phone.
taking every care. It didn't happen, but knowing that you're going to have every care of, like, duty of care, knowing they were going to look after you while you went and did your job.
Yep.
Other than that, some ladies had questions, about support if they had a special needs kid or something. But then all of a sudden you'd get ladies asking about the money. And it was, like, outrageous. You'd never seen these ladies before. They never come to an open day. They never come to any sort of event. They weren't socially in the community. And all of a sudden they were out there with a lot of questions about money.
And there is women that spent $70,000 in 6 months.
Yeah, I don't know how.
With nothing to show for it. I think they had it in their bank accounts and did the bolt with it. JC said he was scared shitless of the legendary camel spiders in Afghanistan. Oh, they are massive, and they look like the alien.
Are they real?
Yeah, they're real.
I'm not sure that they're real or a legend.
No, they're real. Yeah. Their legs are thicker than mine.
I don't hate spiders. I actually quite like spiders, but I wouldn't want one to touch me like one of those big ones.
Yeah, we missed you, Fugly. There was tears shed. Yeah. Fugly, we've got to show Fugly because he was the one that came number 2 for the meme competition. So this is the shirt you missed out on, buddy. This one's going out to Sebastian. So there's the, there we are. Australian flag there. Blue for the Air Force you wanted to join with duty first. 343. That one's going out to Sebastian White. Sorry, mate. Do you notice? Red, white and blue? That wasn't an accident. MAGA, make Australia great again.
Yep.
Again.
Yeah. We'll get it going soon, JC. JC's want to know where he can buy the shirts, and that we will have it going before too long.
Yeah, we're just trying to get you the best possible, lowest price.
And that is not easy. I thought that would be easy. It wasn't easy.
All of the shirt paraphernalia you can see goes out the window when you're talking about Australia. People wonder, this really makes me angry because I want to buy Australian. I want to do everything Australian, but guess what? Australia is the best at, is ripping off Australians. The small businessman rips off Australians blind all the time. And you're going, dude, we want to back you, but we can't when you charge triple what everyone else is charging.
Exactly. It's a bit difficult. JC wants a singlet. Should be able to do that with what we're planning on doing, JC.
Yeah, we've looked at all the things, and rather than saying, hey, I'm going to buy 100, bring them here, and then ship them out, it's going to be more of the catalogue system that will be there, that will become nested in our videos that are down the bottom, so you can go down there, look at that catalogue, so to speak, and everything is then transparent, saying that's the price, that's the garment, that's the size, and that's the colour. Yes. And it doesn't have to have in the trenches with Kaz on it. We can make up maybe 20 different garments where you can choose. Or no, maybe 10, maybe 6, whatever.
Yep. And Simon Powell's asking about the sizes, and they should come in quite a variety of sizes, right? The things we've do.
They come in small and medium.
Yeah.
No. You'll be able. That's the whole point about going through the agency rather than having them here. If you're extreme on the small or extreme on the large, that means you don't get missed out. Yep.
We should be able to get it on a lady's shirt and that, right, as well, if you're a lady and want a lady's shirt,
I think we've got a first here.
What's the first?
This could be one of the best names that I've ever seen.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
The Mexican Milkman. You can't get a better name than that. Bird of the Desert, I thought, was the best name, but Mexican Milkman.
That's a great name.
And I haven't even looked at the question. For about 5 months, a job has said they're not recruiting. How much longer should I be waiting before positions open back up? Mexican Milkman. Mate, the problem at the moment is I don't even know what position you're going for. There is a massive amount of people that are applying for the military, even those that do not see it as their dream role, dream job, etc. When does it open again? How long is COVID here for? No one knows, mate. We're in uncharted territory. This is the first time in probably the history of the world there's only been one potential threat in the entire world, and everyone knows exactly who it is. We're in weird times, man. Weird times. Are we going to get through this okay? I don't know. We're a battling nation. But we've also got our own government, Victoria and Queensland Premier, fighting against us.
Yeah. I used to think we didn't live in interesting times for a long time in my life. I used to always look at history and think, wow, they lived in really interesting times. Our times are really boring. Not anymore. It's an old curse, isn't it, to say to someone, may you live in interesting times.
Yep, well, interesting times make hard men. Easy times make weak men, which makes hard times, which then again makes hard men. So you can go in that circle where you've got to keep recreating. And at the moment, we're in a position where weak men are the ones with the most power that are also not the ones that are going to bleed for the cause.
Yeah, I nearly went on a rant then. I am so over beta males.
It wasn't Julius Caesar, it was Gaius Marius, okay, who was a 7-time consul in Rome. He was known to walk out of theatres if Greek men came in saying, boy lovers, I don't like that, and he'd walk out. But what he was also famous for saying was, when will men with pens stop trying to give decrees to people that carry swords?
Yep.
You know, and there's truth to that.
Yep.
The Baker, second favourite channel. I can handle that.
Yeah, what's your first, though? We might want to check it out if we haven't already.
Wait 2 seconds. Does your favourite channel do this for you, butt mate?
Not so count. Not so count.
That's right. I bet they don't. And not that promptly.
I accept!
But I've got to keep fighting for your attention, so I'm going to double up. I need to be first.
Oh. What does Kaz have to do, the Baker, to become first?
That's you, Baker, for saying I was second.
It's a kraken! Feed him a mother-in-law. That should make him happy. Welcome, calamari.
I love the Kraken one.
Baker, I love it. I can deal with second. You know,
Yeah,
second to none.
good out of the
Second
whole of
channel.
YouTube.
Keep trying, Kaz.
There's a lot of rubbish to watch out there on YouTube. That's a real compliment.
It is. I would love it if you could only subscribe to 3 channels. Imagine that. My answer to YouTube, one, would be getting rid of the feminist from leading it. Allow absolutely everything to be able to be monetized, to be on there, because people make the decision on what they watch.
Exactly. Make a bigger difference between the kids. Oh, look, you've got another one. The Academic Agent. I've never heard of that.
I've never heard that, but I'll be checking that one out.
Check it out.
Not so count.
Do they do that for
So
them?
count.
Maybe they do more.
What do they do, Baker?
I accept!
Baker,
Maybe the Academic Agent's
what do they do? Do they speak to you like this? What about the candlestick maker? Mate.
Good night, JC.
Good night, JC. Thin blue line. Whew. Thanks, mate. Baker, what was I going to say? And imagine this, that I would say to whoever runs YouTube, open it to everyone, get rid of some of the advertisers, make it $10 to be on YouTube, $10 to even be able to access it. And what happens is, some of that money, we'll say say $4 goes to YouTube, to replace the ads. So there's no ads anymore. But what happens then is $2 goes to each one of the 3 channels you can subscribe to. So it's a gift that you give.
To 3.
Sorry?
I would hate to only be able to subscribe.
Okay, well, what about 6? So 6 channels, $1 goes to each one of those.
Yeah, because I kind of double. I couldn't pick between like Crime Reel and Jim Can't Swim. I couldn't.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, you should check it out.
I will.
Jim Can't Swim. It's like criminal psychology. It goes through all the police interviews. You'd love it.
I love police interviews. I love them. And there is no better. There is no better videos on YouTube than watching the dismantling of Chris Watts You know,
right.
because it is the only one that has about 10 hours where you see him go from every single bit is caught.
See every bit of deception. You see all the police cams. It's really covered from woe
Yep.
to go, and it's so interesting.
The first time the cop turns up and rings him and goes, "Where are you? Where's your wife? We're looking for her." He turns up, shakes their hands.
When he wouldn't let the cop in the house, that was dodgy from the get-go for me.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, they should definitely check it out. Crime Reel and Jim Can't Swim. I think it's JCS now, but it's if you type in Jim Can't Swim, you'll find it.
Yeah, that's it. Ruben, yeah, right on. Keep in mind, if you're only sub to 3, you can still watch others. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but it's nice to have them come up so I can see when someone's put up something new. That's why it's important that if you are just first time visiting the channel now at watching the stream, do subscribe. And if you click the bell, you will get notifications for when we are streaming next. And so it is important because I like it coming up. I got so many things going on in my head at one time that it's helpful for me to see when someone's posted something new.
Simon Powell, look at that. Simon Powell's 3 YouTube channels is In the Trenches with Kaz, and it doesn't need to be number 1. Okay, the next one is Street Speed 717. Never heard of it. Check it out. And the next one is Goon Squad, and I love Goon Squad. That is, when I see it, bam, I'm straight on. I love it.
I've never checked it out. I'll check it out.
They're 2 twins. Everything they do is wholesome. There's a lot of animals in there. There's
I
no
like that.
politics at all.
Yeah.
It's just really, really wholesome. But where do they get their
check
money
it out.
from? Where do they get their money from? We've got Ty Mason, because why not? Ty, I love the food. Chinese close behind, because I think Thai food goes too many vegetables. They don't do MSG. And they also quite often serve Pepsi instead of Coke. Sorry?
Count Dankula's Mad Lad
Not
series.
so cow. Not so cow.
I accept.
Ty Mason, that is a seasick cow. That's what we call it, the green cow. Thank you very much, mate. Not a green curry. Ty Mason.
I never heard of Count Dankula, but I'll check it out. I love their recommendations.
Ty Mason said he donated just to see it. That's not true. That is not true, because you gave more than what you needed to, mate.
Yeah, we appreciate it though.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Imagine if we had streams. Look at this from a common sense point of view. Imagine if we said, no ads, and all we said is we're going to have one stream a week, or one stream a month, just $1. Just put $1 in a month.
So make it like a subscription service, like where people actually subscribe to their subscriptions.
Yeah, because we want to do things. We're not the channel that comes out there. We don't sell our soul here. We don't dance for you. We don't bullshit to you. We're accountable. We come on here and show you our face. But people power allows you to do things. It allows you to go on trips. It allows me to potentially go and see Mick Motors and hand him his shirt, whereabouts, in his car yard, followed by going to Hiroshima, where he feeds me some toadfish that could kill me if he gives me the wrong bit.
Dreams there.
Sorry?
You might meet the girl of your dreams there.
I'll never give up on love.
Don't give up.
You don't give up on love. It's the best thing in the world when you're holding someone's hand and dragging them towards a surprise. And a lot of you guys and gals there in the channel have still got to live that. And I really hope that you don't get to the point where your opportunities are not dragged away so that you become a dead branch like the people in China, where the men go to villages in the shortage of women. They call them a dead branch because they'll never bear fruit. It is so sad.
Yeah, that's sad.
And in Japan, it's the same. There's people there that are virgins at 35. And when you look like everyone else and you're still a virgin, that sucks.
Mark Felton Productions for War History Stories. I'll check that out. You know what I've been watching a lot of lately?
What's that?
I find it amazingly relaxing. Is the horse hoof cleaning, and when they get rescue horses and they fix up their hooves.
That's a foot fetish.
It's so sad. Check it out one day. It's very relaxing.
Oh, wait 2 seconds. I've got to ring my little girl.
Okay, you do that.
Guys and gals, she's going on an adventure tomorrow. She gets so upset when she leaves her mama. She's a mama's girl. There's nothing you can do about it. That's what they are. Okay. Titanium cup. It's here representing. Wait 2 seconds. Guys and gals, you want to have children. You know, you might not want to when you're 20. You may not want to when you're 25. But I tell you, there is something about having children that changes your life, and it makes all a bit of sense. It is the most beautiful thing in the world. Although it's tiring. It feels like a 40 clicker on your hands. Michael Stott taking care of rescue sharks.
Hello.
Hello, darling. How you doing?
I'm putting my jammies on and going to bed now.
Oh, that's okay. Very decisive. Are you looking forward to your adventure tomorrow?
Yeah.
Don't get sad, baby. We're going to have a lot of fun, okay? Lots of fun. You're going to go and see your beautiful friend. We're gonna go up there and we're going to have a good time. Okay?
Sure.
I'll see you at 9 o'clock. Go and get some sleep. Put your toys together in a bag. Get some snacks in a lunchbox. Get what you want to wear. Grab all the fun stuff. You probably won't even need shoes.
Sure.
Okay, darling. What do you got to say?
Okay, good night. I need to go to bed now.
Who's your daddy?
Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
Love you, darling. Good night, darling. Don't get upset.
Okay.
Bye-bye, darling.
Night, bye-bye, bye.
Bye. She gets upset when she's going to leave her mum.
Yeah, she'll have fun when she gets there, though.
Oh, she'll be in the car. I'll get her to ring her mum.
Yep.
Half an hour after we leave, and she's got, nah, don't need to, listening to Katy Perry.
Yeah, I hope you've got plenty of Katy Perry lined up, and I hope you're going to sing along.
I do. The baker. Having children is our biological duty. It is, man. It is. And if you don't, it can be a long life without it. There you go.
I accept.
The baker. The candlestick maker. It's, you know, and if you come on here as a young one and you're thinking, God, I don't want to hear about people talk about their kids, that's fine too. I get that.
Yeah.
You know.
Tough luck, we're going to.
Yeah, just pretend to have them for a few years.
One day you might understand. I think not all young people who haven't had kids don't. I think they get it too. I think they understand. You know, family is really precious if you've got a good one.
Yeah, Braden says you done your job, Kaz. Yeah, I done my job. I had one, you know, and I get a lot of people look at my little daughter when I'm holding her hand and just smile back at me, and I can tell what they're thinking. I hope you meet her real dad. I've had mates say it as jokes before. You go, you evil bastards. You know,
I think she looks just like you, actually.
People say that, but I've been blessed, put it that way.
Yeah, she's a beautiful little one.
Yeah, we're out of here in a second there, Pally. Stoddy, I did make a video of one of the rescue shark pens, but only 15 people have seen it. I literally jump in a cage full of white and black tip sharks, and it's my least viewed video. Welcome to
I've seen it. Everyone should go look at Michael Stott's channel. He's actually got some really good videos.
Yeah. I keep forgetting you've got a channel myself there, Stoddy.
I sent him a birthday wish on there because I didn't know how to get in contact with him.
Yeah, it's Stoddy's a great dude to speak to too.
He really is, and he's been here a long, long time too.
Yeah, the longest time.
Yeah.
You can deny your princess. You can or you can't. I
think
can't.
she meant yeah.
I can't. She gets what she wants.
You wouldn't be able to. Yeah. Yeah, everyone should check out Simon Powell's Man Cave as well. So,
Stubbsy says, see you later, Kaz and team. BFA tomorrow.
Well, yeah, get some sleep.
Try to come first, man. Remember, push-ups, 64 sit-ups. No more than that. It'll affect your run. And then go hard on the run. You know, finish off hard. That's where you really make up your time as well. Okay, Nicole King says you can't deny your princess. We get it. No more money from you tonight, Baker. Just messages. We'll answer them for free. No problems at all. A real man passes in battle. A real man passes in battle. A real woman passes giving birth. But I got my ass kicked in battle. I remember that big black gentleman that took me down, introduced me to the gravel.
Well,
Go and eat some tar, son. And I did.
to be honest, I got my ass kicked giving birth too, so it's probably fair.
There you go.
Napsuko!
The Baker.
Napsuko!
I accept.
You've thrown a lot our way, Bakes. Just relax now, mate.
Yeah,
we want you to
really-
sit back and enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. We appreciate you.
Miss you live stream, Stoddy. Does Stoddy do streams as well?
I didn't know. Do you do streams, Stoddy?
I didn't know you did streams, mate.
I could never stream. I said that to you earlier this week. I could never, because I've, been trying to, I was thinking, like Stoddy was saying, I really need to begin making some more vids. And I was the same. I was thinking, wow, I really need to make some more videos. But after messing around like I was this week, I thought, I don't even know how you do the streaming. You are actually very, very patient.
Well, a lot goes into it because it can take hours before a stream to actually make sure that it's good to go, to have thumbnails there, to have a purpose there, to prepare to the sacrifices you have to make to others to say, I can't be there, I can't do this. The people that come to the channel, you get to come and go, okay, I'll make it this one, I can't make it to that one. I don't get that choice. I've got to be there or be square, and square's not my shape. But I love it. You just give me my identity now. Being a soldier is not, this might sound like an oxymoron. Being a soldier is not what defines me. Being a dad is what defines me. But at the same time, here I am mostly talking about, military. But that's because that's what you guys want. And that's where my expertise is. And that's the lane that I lived in.
Yeah, exactly. And also there's an awful lot of, you can get some really good information out there on parenting, and you don't need to get it from a YouTube channel.
That's true. And you know what? Yeah. You can do it from birth.
Yeah, exactly. It's just about love and consistency. Good night, Nicole King. Have a good
Good
sleep.
night. Good night, confused Nicole Queen. That's ma'am. Okay, guys and gals, well, let's get out of here. I'll keep the entertaining thumbnails up there to fill the panel of the 5 faces. Maybe we do need a female's face in the 5 wise men down the bottom. But guys and gals...
Get barista.
Sorry?
Put a lady in where the barista is.
Well, maybe the barista, the one that looks a little bit like Jesus on the right.
Yeah.
Maybe he's considering transitioning because all the others seem to be locked on the topic except for him.
Yeah, exactly. He's like one of these kids who's not like the others.
He's looking at them because he's the youngest. He's looking at the wise men. Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you again on Friday. Hopefully Loren can join us then. Make sure you subscribe. Tick the like. Enjoy. And if this is school holidays for you, either as a student or as a parent, guardian, fun-making freak, then always try to have a new memory created.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's the little things you do, the game of instead of go and play with your iPad, that will make your kids remember you.
Yeah, play some D&D with your kids.
D&D, that's Dungeons and Dragons for those who don't know.
Yeah.
See you later. Let's leave with a cracking.
Good night.
Girls and boys. And good night, Jim Bob. That's what marriage feels like.
It's a cracking. Feed him a mother-in-law. That should make him happy. Welcome, calamari.
Thanks, team. Take it easy. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your wisdom. And thank you for having the broad shoulders to be actually able to hear another voice rather than in this world just be projecting your own, which is kind of what I do. Take some medicine out of your own book there, Kaz. Thank you very much.
Medicine out of your own book.
I haven't got a book either. See you later. Take it easy. Dave, stand fast. Simon Powell, all the best to your uncle, mate.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go and get wet.
What?
Here we go. The beach tomorrow.
Oh, okay.